Hi. Mystery bonus here. Today I am going to explain the Western, adventure, survival film The Revenant. Spoilers ahead. The movie begins in 1823, on Rocky Mountain. In the beginning of the film, we saw Hugh Glass, Leonardo DiCaprio, talking to his son, Hawk, for his good luck, in an Indian language. Glass and Hawk are walking through Missouri River, accompanied by other men of their group. They are appointed by the Rocky Mountain Fur Company. Their leader is Captain Andrew Henry, Domhnall Gleeson. Then a man from their group walks in and crumple forward, with an arrow in his back. Another man is hit in the neck with an arrow, and collapses into the campfire. The frontiersmen group is attacked by a tribe of Arikara Indians. Then others members fire back with their rifles. Glass is attacked and almost going to lose his breath, but one of his men saves his life. The survived members collect their furs and materials on a boat in order to make their escape. It comes to know that the Arikara tribe is searching for the chief's daughter, Pauaka. They hope that one of the members of the hunting group may have captured her. Now the men are looking for a new settlement. Then Hawk is provoked by John Fitzgerald, Tom Hardy, for his race, because Hawk is half Indian, from his mother's side, but Glass rapidly protects his son, and tells him, don't reciprocate, against Fitzgerald. After that, Glass split up from the group in the woods. Then he encountered a grizzly bear and her cub, and he immediately attacked by the mother bear. The bear badly claws and bites into Glass' body, and flipping him around when Glass tries to protect himself. Though he manages to hit the bear with rifles, but it doesn't kill her. Mother bear attacks again, and Glass used his knife, stabbed her to death, and they both fall down a hill. Later, the members of his group find Glass and try to aid his heavy wounds. The Arikara Indians keep up with their search for Pauaka. They bump into a French fur traders and want to trade with their horses, but they refuse to give up their horses. The members in the Glass's group carry Glass on a temporary stretcher, but he only reduces their moving speed. Then they decided to carry him up a hill. Fitzgerald suggests that they have to kill Glass, and left him out of his misery. So Henry covers Glass's eyes, and nearly shoots him in his head, but at last, he cannot convince himself to do that. Then Henry offers a reward to them who could stay behind with Glass. Hawk and Jim Bridger, Will Poulter, come forward, and Fitzgerald suggests that they and Glass are going to die. Henry increased the payment reward, so that even Fitzgerald agreed to stay with them until Glass die. However, Glass's condition is still very bad, and continue to have dreams of his wife and the day when their house was burnt down. Fitzgerald have a moment alone with Glass, and assure him to let him kill him and put out of his misery. Therefore anyone else didn't get slowed down or stay waiting to die, as well as Hawk. Glass blinks in confirmation, and Fitzgerald begins to finish him off. At that time, Hawk appears and thinks Fitzgerald is intentionally murdering his father. Hawk begins to call Bridger for help, and involving to a fight with Fitzgerald, in which the guy knifed Hawk in the abdomen, then left him bleed out to death, while Glass looks helplessly. After that, Fitzgerald disposed Hawk's body, and said Bridger that he don't know where Hawk went. Later that night, Fitzgerald told Bridger to move on with him, because he claims to have seen Arikara Indians by the fleet. After that, Fitzgerald forcefully drags Glass into a pit, which Fitzgerald already dug up for Glass, and buries him under a heap of muck. Unwillingly, Bridger lets him do so. On the other hand, Henry and the members have reached at their outpost. As Fitzgerald and Bridger move forward to meet them, soon Bridger understands that Fitzgerald was lying about having seen Arikara Indians by the fleet. He put his rifle on Fitzgerald, but Fitzgerald grasped the rifle from Bridger and put it on him. And he pulls the trigger in order to prove that the rifle was empty. They resume to move. After that, Glass wakens and infirmly struggles to rise himself from out of the muck. He begins crawling his way across the woods in order to find food and warmth. He discovers Hawk's body freezing up from the snow. Glass oath to stay by his son's side. Then he get a thick fur skin to bring with him to stay warm. As he continues to go on, he feeds off seeds and roots. He manages to build a fire and added warmth. On the other hand, the Indians are getting closer, so Glass drives down the river to escape them. Here, Fitzgerald and Bridger are continue walking. They discover a burnt-down settlement with bodies spread across the ground. One woman come out from her burnt shack and notice them. Glass is become colder and hungrier. He walks by the river and feed himself a raw fish. He climbs up a hill and find a Pawnee Indian eating the corpse of a bison. Glass approaches him carefully and gestures for some food. The Indian gives him an organ of the bison, which Glass eats, without feeling outraged. Next morning, the Pawnee Indian noticed the bear's damages on Glass' body, which are begin to decompose. Glass says his group members left him for death and killed his son. Then the Indian tells that his own family were also killed by Sioux. Now he is searching for more Pawnee. Fitzgerald and Bridger come to the outpost and reunion with their other members. Fitzgerald says Henry that they didn't able to save Glass and Hawk, and he get the payment reward. However, Bridger keeps deucedly regretful. Glass and the Pawnee Indian continue to make forward. They pass the evening sitting and grubbing rain in their mouths. This is the first moment Glass has seemed peaceful in a while. Then the Indian assemble materials for warmth and to guard Glass. Glass continue dreaming his wife and Hawk before they hug. When Glass wakes up, he found that the Pawnee Indian has been hanged to death by the French fur trappers. He penetrates their camp and witnesses some unlawful activities. The victim was Powhatan, chief's daughter of the Rickarit tribe. Glass saves the girl and lets her go. Then Glass takes a horse, loose the other horses. He traveled to a spot in the jungle, where he makes himself a fire. Next morning, the tribe, looking for Powhatan and being to attack. Glass holds them off, using his rifle, until he mounts his horse and run away. The tribe follows Glass with their horses up to a cliff, where Glass and his horse descend down the edge. The horse become dead, and Glass gets more wound. At night, weather gets cold and starts snowstorm. Glass cuts the dead horse open, take out its organs, and get inside its corpse for warmth. When he wakes up, he come out from the corpse and moves into a cave. In the cave, he sculpted that Fitzgerald killed my son. After some time, at the outpost, one of the French hunters appears with Glass canteen, which Bridger left on the muck pile after Fitzgerald dug Glass. Henry think that he sees it from Hawk. Henry start a search mission through the woods. There, they discover Glass crawling on the earth unhealthily. They carry him back to the encampment. Henry noticed that Fitzgerald is missing. The French hunter informed him that he heard Fitzgerald has went to Texas. It's clear that Fitzgerald dishonestly take the reward payment. Henry then approached Bridger with his rifle and assaults the boy to the ground, and he says that Fitzgerald mislead him. Glass substantiate for Bridger's innocence to Henry by saying that he was only obeying orders. He also mentioned how he saw Fitzgerald murder his son. After hearing that Henry is also leaving for Texas, Glass requests that he will find the man by himself. Henry unwillingly agrees, but in a while, he headed to join Glass in the search. Then they split up to catch Fitzgerald from opposite sides. First, Henry gets Fitzgerald and decides to bring him back for the trial of murder. Then they both pointed their guns on each other, but Fitzgerald pull the trigger and kill Henry. Then Glass discover Henry's body and tied him on the back of his horse. The horse ascends, in view of Fitzgerald, and he fires his rifle at the horse. He thinks he's finished Glass, but he only fires on Henry's body. Fitzgerald returns, and Glass chase him. They come across each other in the jungle, and Fitzgerald fires at Glass. Fitzgerald runs down by the stream, where Glass catch him, and they involves into a fight. Fitzgerald almost stabs Glass, but Glass overpowers him, and beating him off. Then Fitzgerald says that by killing him, his boy won't come back. On the other side of the stream, Glass sees the Indians. Those have been searching for their daughter, Powaka. Now they reunited with her. Then Glass decides that the revenge is in God's hands, so Glass pushes Fitzgerald into the stream, and lets him flow over to the Indians. The chief captures Fitzgerald, and kills him with his knife. They spare Glass, as he rescue Chief's daughter. However, Glass has taken his revenge, but he is alone once again, roaming through the cold land. And he go down on his knees, and have a vision of his wife again, and his eyes filling up with tears, as he breathes heavily. The movie ends here. And this was it for today. Subscribe for more videos like this, and turn on the notification. Like and share to help the channel out. Thank you for watching.